Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. Enjoy watching. Please subscribe.
There are quiet villages and the lakes and harbors. There are mountains that rise high out of the sea on almost every island. There are the rivers to bathe in and to carry the products of the land to the market. Towns and cities. There is Manila, the capital and pride of the nation, the largest city of the Republic of the Philippines, a nation of about 7,000 islands, with a land area nearly the size of California, but with almost twice its population. The geographic proximity to Japan and Red China. Friendly United States play a crucial role in the future of the young republic of the islands. The largest and most populous is Luzon in the north. In the middle, there are hundreds of smaller islands known as Visayas, and in the south lies the second largest island in denial. Its democratic system of government is patterned largely after that of the United States. To this day, we can see the traces of the almost 400 years of Spanish rule over the Philippines. Is the more recent influence of the United States. Soon after Magellan discovered the Philippines in the early 1500s. To Christianity. By the time the United States acquired from Spain in 1898, some 90% of the people were Catholic. The influence of Spain is still seen today, not only in religion, but now that influence is shared with the public school, the most important contribution of the United States to the development of the modern Philippines. A system of schools extends to the tiny and most remote villages. The number of Filipinos who can read and write is by comparison with other Asian nations. Since more than 80 dialects are spoken, attempts are being made to create a national language, the Tagalog dialect, the basis of this national language. Someday when the history of the Philippines of this period will be written, the school will certainly be remembered as playing a most significant role. Scientists from the United States and Europe have done much to help improve standards of health. Their efforts have been requested by the government of the new nation. A healthier generation is growing up to enjoy sports that have been brought in by people from other lands. Filipino athletes and movie stars take their place as heroes to the Filipino children. Called barrios farming, their own land, which may vary from 5 to 8 acres in size. Even a poor Filipino farmer has grown up in the Christian tradition of individual freedom. His desire for his country's right to democracy and independence is both strong and sincere. He's now struggling to master the economic responsibilities that go along with political freedom and independence. Life is simple in the barrio by our standards, but by Asian standards, except for Japan, where standards are much higher. The Filipinos are well off. Many live in bamboo houses raised on poles to protect them from the deafness and provide better ventilation in a humid and rainy climate, with temperatures in the low 90s a good part of the year. A pig and a few chickens are the usual livestock. A single village well usually serves all the people of the village. Rice to the Filipino is what wheat is to us. During the growing season of from 5 to 6 months, the paddy fields must be weeded and protected from birds and field rats. At harvest time, the kernels of rice are usually separated from the stalks by the ancient method of trampling or beating. As new roads are built, marketing in the larger town becomes possible, and trips to the market are always a treat for the children. Much fishing is done, or fish is an important item that goes along with the rice diet of most Filipinos. Rice and fish to a Filipino is like meat and bread to us. The fish that is not consumed immediately is dried in the sun for future use. Coconut palm trees are cultivated in many parts of the Philippines. The dried meat from coconuts, called copra, is used in the manufacture of soaps and margarines. Coconuts, which grow high in the trees, can be reached with long poles. More often, skilled pickers climb high to cut them down by the use of a machin. First, the husk is broken off. Then the nut is split open to dry in the sun. From the dried meat, or copra, come the oil used in many industries. The Philippines apply nearly half the world's meat of copra. When it is time to dry the coconut, everyone helps with the work. Sugar is another export crop of the Philippines. Sugar is refined from the stalk of the sugar cane. Production methods in sugar cane fields are still traditional, like this slow way of fertilizing. But more modern methods are coming gradually as agricultural schools are established. The government operates large-scale programs to teach people how to be better and more efficient farmers. Music is an important part of the life of islands. Many barrios have their own bands. Filipinos seem especially fond of music and make excellent musicians, and they enjoy folk dancing. Here is a visible contrast: traditional dances and modern clothes. The signs of a more prosperous industrial society are beginning to appear as mineral resources of gold, chromium, copper and iron are mined on Luzon and Mindanao. Some refining of ores done in the islands, but most ores are shipped abroad for processing. Logging is an important industry. There are very large reserves of mahogany, nara and rosewood. Most of the logs are shipped to the American continent. The Filipinos are now building plants in which they will be able to process their own logs. Wherever there is a harbor in the Philippines, hemp is likely to be exported. Nearly all of the world's supply of Manila hemp is produced in the Philippines. Ships connecting the hundreds of islands all converge on the busy port of Manila with their loads of passengers and goods from the other islands. Manila Harbor is one of the finest in the world. Many of the things which the Philippines buy from other nations enter the islands through Manila. Oil, rubber, and manufactured goods of all kinds are brought in from abroad, since they are not as yet manufactured in the Philippines. Because so many things are imported, the Philippines are always faced with the problem of finding enough dollars to pay for them. But gradually, new factories are being built within the nation. Companies from the United States and Europe are helping with the enormous job of industrializing this predominantly agricultural country. Industry is needed to raise the standard of living, which the people of the Philippines need and want badly. Most of the new industrial activity is centered around the city of Manila. There are only a few large cities, of which Manila is the social, cultural, and economic center. Thousands of jeeps used during the war have been converted into buses called jeepneys. A city of more than 1 million people, Manila is clean and modern, yet it has its own atmosphere, which reflects its heritage from Spain and the Orient. The population of Manila is a mixture of Filipinos, Chinese, and a few Europeans and Americans. The products of the land, rice, sugar, and coconuts, have long been the basis of the Philippine economy. And the people have faced many problems as they have realized the need for improved agricultural methods and increased industrialization. Part of the nation was left in ruin after the war with Japan, and its economy reduced to chaos. But the Filipinos have made a remarkable recovery from the damages of the war. This young republic is constantly testing its stability. It is struggling to master modern economics. The Philippines is determined to earn an important place in the family of nations.
Only not this